So while I sit here and blow this bud, something came to mind after I took a nice shower. You know, you gotta think about it like this. We have grown up seeing old people do things, right? Old people do shit. Get up, play some pastor preaching or some shit on her radio or whatever. Or every day that's what they listen to all day and read their Bible all day or whatever spiritual practice it may be. This is the same way because religion just means repetition, habits, what you do religiously. That's what religion is. What is your constant daily habits that you do on a consistent basis? That's what the word religion actually really means. And so this is the same way as an artist. You wake up to art, okay? You look around your place and it's art. There's art in your kitchen. There's art in your hallway. You have books that set up artistically. You have, if you have a business plan or something, you have the name of the business, the logo hanging up, or a section. You may go get a mannequin to make it look like a little studio space or whatever. But here's another key. The way you begin to know how to decorate things a certain type of way is one, through photography. But in order to take the photography, you have to go to the spaces. Okay, that's another thing that's key. I have been in people's house that's like a whole studio. Like the whole house is a fucking studio. Nothing but art, nothing but whatever, fashion designing, books. Maybe they study history of music or whatever, the history of hip hop, the history of punk rock music, whatever. Their home is reflecting the very thing that they do on a daily basis. And I'm speaking to myself here when I say this. Because I have stuff that I took out because I have to refold it, reorganize it, re-put it up and stuff like that. But their home reflects who they are on a daily basis. Also, um, people who are artists and creatives, when you hear, I tell you all the time, you hear somebody say they hate TikTok or they hate an app, they're telling you how they live their daily life. They're telling you their mindset on a daily basis. Okay. So people like that, just steer away from people like that. Okay. When you get on any social media platform, that is where you consume the things that you love to consume, and you can make multiple accounts directed at the things that you love to consume. I have an account that is this main account, but this account has been around for a while, so it's multiple things that's on this account, depending on the mood. Then I have another account that's based on books, studying, lessons, etc., etc. TikTok, I have an account that's dedicated to music, so it's nothing but music stuff and songwriting stuff on there. Then there's another account that is about couples, vlogs, and stuff like that. That's an account that I literally have set up that's right there. Nothing's on it, but that's what it's for. That's why I have it as a vlog account, as if it's my vlog account, but it's not my vlog account. It's just me following other people's stuff. I have no intentions to vlog on TikTok. See what I'm saying? Okay. So you have all these things. And also, I have listened to people for some time now, and I was like, you know what? And it's kind of funny how I got here because I was listening to the divestors talk about the whole the recent video they did on the dandyism, because it's obvious we have made it clear these women just hate. See, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about what you have to understand about that. Yes, you hate black culture, black people, and most of all black males, but it makes them far more ignorant to life. You see what I'm saying? Because even if you take dandyism, which is originally from Africa, that style comes from European males. You see? It's a certain way that it's styled that tells you that, who's wearing it. But at the same time, that style itself comes from European males and women. That style of the suit and all of that came from the patriarchy of white supremacy, of some sense of power and this and that. It's been this way for a very long time. But for them to sit here and say faggots and this and that and whatever they're saying is ignorant. They have no sense of fashion history. They have no sense of a lot of things. And they're just they're dumb. They're a little bit dumb. Because fashion, style, art is my heart. That's everything for me. And I realize, am I getting offended right now? Because oftentimes I don't get offended, but am I getting offended? But I realize what's so offensive about them is the stupidity. Any group of people who will praise this motherfucking country and make it seem like it's the best in the world, you don't know life. You have not met people. You have not talked to other peoples and cultures, and for them to tell you what life is like for them in the school world, what life is like for them on a day-to-day basis, how they communicate with each other in their cultures, you don't know. So that's just stupid to me. And the extreme homophobia and hate in this, it's like, whoa. It's like, whoa, something's wrong. And that's how I put together that most of them are dark skinned. That's how I put it together for this time that most of them look like Sukihana, the same person they hate the most. And that's the rage and hate and anger and the extremity of it all. But those of you who are artists, you always want to travel. You always want to get out. You always want to go somewhere else besides here. Most of my friends have never even been fully American. Most of my closest friends have never been fully American. And we all share the same thoughts. All right, I'm feeling the high. Let me turn this down. Turn this down because I'm feeling the high. And another thing to really note, that fly went away. That fly knew I was going to kill it. Another thing to note is that it comes to a thing about this alignment. Alignment is key Because you and I know when people stay aligned or when you remain aligned, you know you don't cross paths with people like this. You know you don't cross paths with people who talk like that. You know you don't cross paths with people who think like that. You get what I'm saying? Another thing, another key thing to note is another key thing to note is that the reason you remain aligned with who you are is you don't, when you cross paths with people like that, you turn it off. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you cross paths with people who talk like that, with people who think like that, who believe like that, and you know that there's a whole nother world out there and it doesn't work like that and it's not like that, you can just turn it off, right? See, a passport bro can talk all day. The passport bro and divest are the same people. Go listen to the guy who called into the show. It's the same, they're the same fucking people. Okay? And you sit there and you say to yourself, well, I guess that's gonna work, that you're just gonna go across seas and date somebody else from another culture, another background who barely speaks your language. I guess it's gonna work for you to go across seas and go be with a talk to a go be with a man of another race, and you're not a part of his culture or speak his language. I've never even heard any of you even talk about speaking the language. While I have people who have their own way of living in alignment, yet at the same time, they know how to speak other languages and they have a knowledge about culture. And they're the kind of book that they're the type of people that'll pick up a book and learn about the culture more, even while they're there or before they get there. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? You see how energetically that felt to say one thing over the other, one thing next to the other. And so, with all of that being said, right, does it align with you? I do research. I'm very good for doing research. I'm very good for finding things to write about and scribble on about. I'm very good at that. When I research some shit, I research some shit. When I want to find some information, I find the information that I'm looking for. It always works that way. But guess what? I found the exact answer that I needed to find as I kept listening and researching certain things. And then when I came out of it, I said, fuck this. I just need to get back into my art. I need to just dig back into my art. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I just need to do that. Enough is enough. And so, all of this being said, this is why the world of an artist, you have to remain in the world of an artist. It goes back to that grandma getting up, listening to her sermons, reading her Bible, and everything is about that Bible and everything she listens to. That's how your art should be. But see, where your art is better than what she's doing and smarter than what she's doing, is you're actually taking yourself outside of yourself. You're taking yourself to go where the art is, where the event is, where the people are that also share the same views and frequency of what you share. But we talked about that part too, right? Or wherever you're at. Where you're better than her is because you'll get a passport and travel across seas. Where you're better than her is you'll pick up something and whatever it is you want to learn, you'll get up and learn it, but you take yourself outside while you're learning it. And when you turn on that YouTube or whatever you turn on, it only focuses on the very thing that deals with your art. This is how you keep your creative light. You keep your creative light by even what kind of conversations you engaged in or you care about. That's how you keep your creative. You don't care. If you be like, I don't watch that, and you wave it off. You don't watch it, so you wave it off. That it is what it is. You gotta understand. I mean, for real, ain't nobody worth it. I'm trying to tell you, ain't nobody worth it. All right? Nobody is worth you not living your fun, creative, spontaneous life. Nobody is worth being allowed to get in the way of living life that way. Shit, I should ask my brother to bring me some goddamn Subway. Let me see if he can do it. Is he here today? And so, man, listen, like, I'm laughing because I remember in my 30s, my life was so dedicated to my art. From 28 and all the way into my 30s, my life has always been dedicated to my art. And that's how I kept it until I went off on the edge and all that stuff through grieving. But my art has always been a major part of my life. You see, what I want you to understand is the reward of it all years down the line. You're going to look back at yourself and say, damn, wow, I started this at this time. I did this at this time. I've been doing this at this time. And trust me, it's a beautiful feeling. I get proud of myself at the decisions I made in my 30s. I do. Like now, I'm proud of myself for the decisions I have made in my 30s. I have no regrets. And I sit here and look at 40, going into 41 now, and I'm like, it's really time to make that 5-year plan. It's really time to pick up everything again and start that 5-year plan. It's time for that 5-year plan. Okay? That's what you have to do. It's really time to really get started with um how do I say this? Uh, Focusing on yourself more. You can still handle your responsibilities around you while still focusing on yourself. I'm so serious. You can handle the responsibilities around you while focusing on yourself. All right? It's really it's not hard. If it's hard, you're gonna have to take it to the drawing board. You're gonna have to start looking around. You're gonna have to start clearing spaces. And I just feel like where I'm at right now in my life and what I talk about to the level that I talk about, I don't think I need to be saying that anymore. I don't think I need to be telling you to cut people off to get where you need to go energetically for yourself. I just don't think I think I am 20 years past that now. Just can't do it. Maybe 10 years ago I was having that conversation with y'all. I'm not doing it no more because y'all should know by now. Things, you know what's so wild about life right now? You know what's so wild about all of this crazy shit with MAGA and all that stuff? Things are manifesting faster and faster and faster. With people understanding quantum leap, things are manifesting faster and faster and faster. People are getting karma handed to their ass. Karma is just like boop boop, just popping up through the door, ain't even knocking on a lot of people asses. You got more misery because you got more people when they self-reflect, they are horrible to themselves because they know that they so fucked up. You got people way more miserable now because the lack of self-unfoldment that they have, the level of intelligence that they have. You got to understand that people are fucked up, but you knew that already. And they're not worth it. You gotta, people are clawing and digging. Let me go over here. Let me go over here to infiltrate these people's lives to see why they're so happy or what's going on in here and what they do. You got people that miserable that that's what the fuck they're doing. They're coming to spaces infiltrating it. They're coming into your life to infiltrate it. It sounds retarded, but that's why you have to keep at who you are and what you do. I don't even think it's so much that I hide myself. I'm just aware of how stupid, jealous, and envious people are, and they're not really worthy of knowing me. Me showing me is knowing me. So who's worthy of getting to know me? Okay. Understand too that you gotta understand there's a lot of people online that don't get out. Like they don't get the fuck out. don't know nothing. Now, one thing I could say, I always feel like I didn't get out as much, but then I think about all the places I've been. I'd be like, well, did I not get out? Did I not go out? Did I not like, but it was the time I didn't go out. Yeah. And I remember those times and I think about it now and it's so funny. But you got people who really don't get out. They don't try to get out. They don't try to make a date for themselves to go out. You see, I make dates for myself. I got a date coming up in another week. In the same week, I got 2 dates. One is a big celebration date, and I'm gonna get a new outfit and stuff. And another date is a date that's gonna require just a date. You know what I'm saying? Just really just going out there and excuse me, just really going out there and going out. Whether it's a hookah bar, the rage room, something. Just taking myself out on a date, right? Then there is myself who I like other things that I told you that I like. Excuse me. Is he gonna get the subway? So anyway, I gotta go shopping this weekend. And so I think I'm gonna get burgers this time around. My ass really gonna gain weight again. Goddamn burgers. I'll figure out what I'm getting. I really want to get salad. I really want to go hard and make myself a huge ass salad and just find some meat to chop up in it. You know what I'm saying? But make a huge ass salad. Yeah, that is what I want to do. So, when I say get out don't always mean physically get out the house. I mean, they don't get out. They don't they don't learn nothing. They don't read anything. They can sit around and watch TV all day. For you and me, that TV watching shit can be like a sporadic thing. My cycle's on, so I'm laying down, I'm watching TV. Or I'm in a space where I'm like super tired and just need the rest, so I'm watching TV, right? That's when we do it, right? And I have to throw we in that shit. I'm so serious. And so but other people, you gotta understand, they binge watch shows all day. They 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 gossip all day. Like that's their lives. They don't have nothing else for their life to be. Get what I'm saying? And then you have people who you meet and their whole life is based around art and quantum leaping and a book that they just finished reading, a video they just watched. You talk to another person, they're talking about how they're trying to get a tablet or they're trying to get something or get a new there's something work for it's not so mundane. It's like it's profane, it's profound what the type of people you begin to have around you. And that's the beauty of life. But the way you get that is by being aligned with yourself. You have to align with yourself. Some people, they can't do it. They can't be who they want to be in this life, which is very sad, but they can't do it. They don't have the level of intelligence to do it. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the strength to do it. Some people, they really don't know because they didn't have the path of having somebody like the people I had on my path to say the things and things that they told me. They ain't have it. Okay? They just don't have it. And that's for you to size up, but that's not for you to care about too much either. You get me? You know, I tell you these things because I live it and I have lived it and I've been through it. I tell you these things because I have watched people as well as myself, but I have sat back and watched people who are successful and I see their formula. I watch and I see people who are even wealthy and I see their formula. And I don't care how many books you read on health life, on the life of people who are an artist and this and that, the one formula that they have is daily habits. The one formula that they have is daily habits. They keep a consistent daily habit, a daily routine, and a daily rhythm. They are consistent, constant readers of books. They are consistent and constant students in whatever it is that they want to get better in, whether it's for free or whether they can pay for it. And honestly, they rather pay for it. This is the basic formula that I see. And I don't care what book you read, they're all going to tell you the very same thing that I'm telling you right now. Headphone users, 1 second. Gonna hear buzzing. 3, 2, and 1. Headphone users. Uh-oh. And that is people who are creative in the path that they're creative in. I look at their circle of people. And when you look at their circle of people, it looks just as the people that they would really hang out with. They look just when you see the crowd of people that are around, you look around, be like, "Yep, those are their friends." That looks just like the kind of people that they will be friends with. And I promise you, this is the consistent formula that you're going to find with people who are successful artists, are successful at what they do. And if they are in the social media circuit, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Honestly, people that I'm talking about right now, the people that I'm talking about right now, um, they don't be on social media. They don't be on social media, and rarely do they even like social media. Okay, barely do they like social media, and the only time that they are on social media is if somebody is what's the name, and that means that somebody is interviewing them. Other than that, they don't be on no social media. They don't even like it. Okay, and that's not even social media for them. That's just an interview that somebody gave them, and they did that. Okay, Okay? Also, another thing is they're very bourgeois. They're very, very picky about who they associate with. They're very, very picky about who they associate with. Uh-oh, hold on. So they don't associate with everybody. They don't talk to everybody. And if they do talk to people, they see that person as a client or someone to work with. They try to see if the person got money, shit like that. Right? Another thing too is they have a team. Those people you see as their friends are their team of people that they work with. They're very good at knowing who benefits them as well. I'm an artist, I sketch, but this person sketches too. This person can sketch their ass off, and this person knows other sketchers. This is why I told you about narcissism that I don't agree with. People being around people better than themselves, as they stated. I don't agree with that. They also are very good at when they pick an association or they pick somebody to be friends with. That better not have came on my couch. I just thought about that. And they pick somebody to be friends with. They don't what's the word here? They they're very strategic about how they pick that friend. That's the number one top formulas that I see for anybody I have ever seen be successful. It's those little simple type things that play a major role in why their life is lined up the way it is and the success that they have. Even if you think about artists right now who got cases or anything, you still got to look at that kind of person that they were around. And they were around that kind of person for that very reason. So if that person was a shooter, if that person was fighting somebody, they were smart enough to know, let them do the fighting and stuff for me. Let them do all that. Let them do the shoot. They know what they're doing. They know who's on their team. That's the key to many people's success. That is the ultimate key to many people's success. All right. Another thing, I think that, you know, if you find yourself being jealous or envious, I would like you to check in with yourself immediately. Sometimes people, they're the jealous, envious person because you have to be careful as an empath. You have to be aware of everything that you feel. But I need you to check in with yourself. Why do you feel jealousy? Why do you feel envy? What are you looking at that makes you feel jealous and envious of what you see? And that can be the formula to help you get to the next step in your place as an artist. Let's say you look at somebody right now. Damn, I gotta get ready to go, but let's say you look at somebody who is an artist, and this particular artist is on film, and they're an actor, and this and that. And let's say you feel some type of way about that. And maybe you don't understand why you feel some type of way because you're a sketch artist. You sketch all day. So why do you care about somebody who is acting on TV and stuff? Number one, it could be their energy. They can be a very jealous spirited person, so you're picking that up from them. And number two, right, there could be some kind of aspect in yourself who sketches that may want to sketch for a film or something as that sort. But you have to be honest with yourself enough to know, why am I feeling this jealousy and envy for this said person over here? I don't have a jealous spirit. I've never had a jealous spirit. Don't have an envious spirit either. I celebrate everybody. I cheerlead for everybody. I don't speak down or negative about anybody's success, known and unknown. I don't care if I don't fuck with these two people, or these people don't fuck with me. I'm proud that they won a fashion award, that they got nominated, because I watched them from their bedroom do the work that they do to get where they are. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Another thing, artists and creatives are consistent. Also, the artists that you may see that's on film may went to acting school. Their parents may have paid for them to go to acting school. But you can go to acting school, you can go to master class, you can go find acting schools out there, you can go find actors actually teaching acting. You have the world in your hands for whatever it is that you want to do. So you have to take your level of intelligence and elevate it to manifest those things. Because a creative light can't be dimmed. They may go, and we are very self-loathing, yes. Artists are very self-loathing, but we have people on our side, or we have ourselves on our side to lift us up out of that. Sometimes we need to feel, or we need to go into that space. It's an artist thing. But at the end of it all, as an artist, there is a path that you have to take on in a very, very, very strict way, more than what you may even recognize. You can do anything at any age that you want to do. Why do you think people hit 40 and 50, and the next thing you know, they're playing some good ass music, and you're like, God damn, I didn't know that person. That person is talented. Who, the guy who was an actor from Nickelodeon has a song that's out right now, and the song is bumping. But see, because I followed an artist that I've been following for years, I saw him in the studio with that artist working. So I'm not surprised that he has a song that's a hit, because I can hear that artist's music inside of his song. I said, oh, he helped him write and produce that song. Okay? But I gotta go. Hopefully, I might come back and share another thought. I don't know. Anyway, girl, I'm out of here.